Hello everyone, and welcome to Retro Brick Reviews, where today I will be counting down my picks for my top 25 most wanted LEGO sets of summer 2019. And, yeah, the majority of these sets will be releasing on August 1st in the United States. Some of them have already come out on June 1st in Europe, while others are just coming out August 1st worldwide. There are exceptions, such as the Harry Potter sets coming out July 1st, and one set that's been out for a good fair bit that some of you might not consider a summer set. I personally do, but without any more further ado, let's begin with our honorable mention, which is the Droid Commander Boost set from LEGO Star Wars, and it seems as though this is actually the only LEGO Star Wars set coming out this summer. It seems as though after the very nice spring wave, they're actually waiting until The Rise of Skywalker, or right around then, to give us some more sets, which is an interesting choice. But, I mean, if it results in some really good sets at the end of the year, I won't really mind, since the spring sets were also really good. But anyway, this set is pretty cool. I adore the build for R2, and the Gonk is great as well. The mouse droid is just kind of okay, but seriously though, R2 is fantastic, and the Gonk is just perfect, and you get a bunch of extra pieces to customize them and add more features. The issue is that this set is just above 1,000 pieces for $200, and that is not a good price. I think what they should have done is maybe release these droids separately at maybe like $80 each. Because, like, I would totally buy that R2 and probably the Gonk as well if they were $80 each, because I don't know, that just seems like a much better price to me. Like, just $200 for the whole package isn't worth it when the mouse droid, like, I don't even really think everything in the package is fantastic, and I mean, this is a set I'll probably get at some point, but not until I see it on a good sale, and probably not this year. Moving on to our actual list, number 25 is the Space Research and Development People Pack from City, which is the less interesting of two people packs, but you still get a lot of great stuff. You get a bunch of cool astronaut figures, even if most of them are just taken directly from the current LEGO City Space Exploration theme. And then you also do get some other city figures, which are debatable on whether or not they're good or not. Like, I personally, I don't really like just getting the generic figures in people packs. I prefer when they're for the specific theme, because then they have a lot more exclusive prints. And in general, that is kind of the issue with this one, is that there are a lot of great figures, but most of them just use existing pieces, like, I think one of the female technicians, I suppose, has an exclusive face print where she has goggles, and then the other side of her face is covered in soot everywhere except where the goggles were. So that's a cute face, and I think we also get a new torso for, like, the trainees. But, I mean, overall, this set's not fantastic, and for $40, I'm definitely gonna wait for a good sale. Like, maybe I'll pick this up at $30. Number 24 is DILOPHOSAURUS on the Loose from Jurassic World, and this set's pretty cool for $20. I like the gift shop stand, and I like the kid and the employee, but I just don't like the new design for the Owen Grady figures. I really hope that they come up with a new Chris Pratt head soon, because I just don't like the Fallen Kingdom Chris Pratt head. Oh, and then the drone build is just dumb. But the Dilophosaur is cool. It is highly unfortunate that it doesn't come in a lime green color like in the original movie. This version is just less appealing, less iconic, and just blander overall, and it seems as though this will be the only set to get the new size-accurate Dilophosaur in, so that's unfortunate. But oh well, for $20 I'll probably get it, but I can't guarantee. Number 23 is the Mr. Freeze BATCYCLE Battle, which is a similar case. A lot of the stuff here is good, and some of it isn't, though. Specifically, I adore the main build. Like, that two BATCYCLEs that can combine to make a mini tumbler, that is so good. Everything about that is phenomenal. That's just fantastic. But everything else, I really like the face print for Mr. Freeze, but the rest of the figure is just lame. I've never liked Damian Wayne Robin. I really think they should have gone for, I don't know, just like a more iconic one, preferably with mid-legs and a different hairpiece, because that spiky one in black is getting pretty old for Robin, in my opinion. I want to see some variation. Oh, and then Batman comes in a bunch of other sets, and I do not like this Batman. Like, it's better than the light bluish-gray Batman that we've been getting recently. That's just abysmal, but this isn't that much better. Oh, and Mr. Freeze's snowmobile build, I didn't even know about. So really, the only thing I really like in the set is Mr. Freeze's head and the BATCYCLE. So for 20 bucks, this is another one where I'll probably get it, but I can't say for sure. Number 22 is Lloyd's Journey from Ninjago, and this is where, like, number 22 is right around where these start to be sets that I think are fantastic. Like, those first three and the honorable mention were mainly just filler. The honorable mention because, again, there is one set later on the list that some of you might not consider to be a summer set. But anyway, but at number 22, we have the first really good set from this summer, Lloyd's Journey, a Ninjago set, and you get a lot of stuff here. I personally haven't really liked any of the ninja outfits since the movie, and this is no exception. And I've also just, in particular, I've never liked Lloyd's movie and post-movie design, but, I mean, I think that of his different versions post-movie, this is one of the better ones. I really like the shoulder pad piece, and, well, nothing else, really. I just like the shoulder pad he comes with. I like the Ice Samurai guy, and I like his, I want to say it's a medium azure katana, and the double molding for his armor. I like the Lloyd sword in gold. But what I really love is that wolf, which is just fantastic. It's very anime. I mean, I don't know what anime it's based on. If it is, it's probably not, and it's just more of a generic thing, but I feel like I've seen that wolf or something very similar to it before. So if you know what that is, feel free to tell me in the comments. But yeah, I mean, again, it's obviously not officially based on it, but I think I've seen a wolf like that before. Like a white wolf with those, like, red whisker patterns on it. I don't know. But that's a really cool piece that I really want to get, and for 15 bucks, the set's pretty awesome. Number 21 is the LEGO Harry Potter Build Your Own Adventure book, which I totally consider to be a set. This isn't the one I was talking about earlier that some of you might not consider a summer set, but this is one that I could also see some people just saying isn't a set, and I disagree, because, like, it comes with pieces, and you can buy it, and it has a minifigure. Yeah, that kind of fulfills all of the basic requirements to me, and minifigures aren't even a requirement. It's just something that I like to see. And hey, this comes with the figure. It's little baby Harry Potter from years 1 and 2. And you get the sorting hat, which is none too common. And the house crest prints from the, well, stickers from the direct-to-consumer, which are really cool. But, I mean, these books in the past have had exclusive prints. For example, there was the DC one with, I want to say, Jon Stewart, and this book would have been a lot higher up if it had come with some new design for something. Maybe if it had had, like, Harry in the non-house-specific sweater from before he was sorted. Or maybe if, like, we'd gotten a new print for a disc to spin around instead of just having the 4 square crests. I don't know, just something would have been nice, but I do like that it is a 2-in-1 with the build that remakes the original Sorting Hat set and a second build for the entrance to Gryffindor Tower, and I don't know, maybe for that it would have been nice if, even if it was just a sticker to get something to represent the fat lady portrait. But this is a pretty cute little build, or, well, pair of builds, really, and I look forward to picking it up at some point. Probably not on July 2nd when it comes out, because I'll have just bought the 5 main sets, but I'll probably pick it up in the coming weeks. Yeah, cool stuff. Number 20 is the Funfair People Pack from City, which just has a lot of great minifigure parts. You get a new hairpiece for a little girl, you get a bunch of useful new torso shirt prints, you get a new hat propeller, you get a blue popsicle and a blue balloon animal, you get a purple top hat that'll appear in another set on the list, You get a brown mullet, dark brown Superman hair. You get sort of a classic-looking band shirt with tour dates on the back. Just a lot of cool stuff here, and for 40 bucks, I would say that this is definitely my favorite people pack we've gotten from City thus far of the 5 we've had. Yeah, just cool stuff. Number 19 is Batmobile Pursuit of the Joker, and the Batmobile is really the reason people are going to get this set because it's just a fantastic build. I mean, it's really reminiscent of the original 2006 Ultimate Collector Series Batmobile, which is really cool since this is an 80th anniversary wave of Batman, and I mean, hey, this is kind of the only thing in the wave that really feels 80th anniversary-esque. Like you get the bat shield in the front, the headlight design is very similar, you have the tubing on the sides, you even have them, instead of using the standard Batwing pieces, on the back they're using, well, they originally used dragon wings, and this uses Thestral wings, which are just a scaled-down version of the dragon wing piece. So that's just really awesome. But the figures are kind of meh, like the Batman comes in 3 other sets, and as I mentioned prior, isn't that great? And I don't really like this new Joker much either, but the build's really good. Number 18 is the first of many hidden side sets on the list, the Wrecked Shrimp Boat, which comes with some really awesome minifigures, like that Ghost Captain, and I also love the Ghost Dog. The other sailor is pretty great as well. The 2 main characters are a bit meh to me, just because they come in so many sets, and while I do like the female one's hairpiece a lot, I'm just in general not a fan of how they designed the male main character to look. But he does have a white torso in this set instead of a red one, which I think is better. But anyway, you have the alligator in light tan, which I imagine is an albino gator, so that's really cool. The island build is sort of meh, but I do really like the design for the boat itself. Number 17 is Triceratops Rampage from Jurassic World, a $60 set that, for once in a Jurassic set, I can actually kind of agree with the price, because you get the Triceratops, which hasn't appeared in a set since 2012, and it looks so good. You get some great exclusive minifigures, specifically that new figure for Mr. Masrani, as well as a new scientist who is fantastic. I can't recall her name. It's like Dr. Allison something or other. But yeah, but I like all the builds. I like the little gate that's reminiscent of the classic Jurassic Park gate. I really like the egg spinny ride, and I like the part of the enclosure we get. And even the sign is good. The only things I really don't like are the Owen figure and his little ATV, but for 60 bucks, yeah, I'll probably get this. 16 is Batman and the Joker Escape, a juniors, or, well, now 4+ set that is really awesome. I love the new Harley figure, but the best thing about this to me is all those sand green pieces. Or, well, not all those because there aren't that many, but just the fact that we're getting so much sand green on this build and so many good, useful pieces for structure building. Like, I love sand green, and the sand green and dark green is just a really fantastic color combo. And I just love this set. Like, it is way overpriced. Like, in general, at this point, 4+ sets have no business being as overpriced as they are, because this has no new pieces and one, count 'em, one new print. So this set should be maybe $25 at most. 40 is ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I will probably get this set rather soon after it comes out. I doubt I'll end up waiting for a sale, although because it is just a really cool set. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll at least wait until Walmart, after a couple weeks of it being out, puts it on like 10% off. I don't know. But this is a really awesome set in my opinion. Yeah. Number 15 is the Graveyard Mystery from Hidden Side, and this will go great with a later set on the list. But this is pretty cool even on its own. You get the 2 main hero figures and Ghost Dog, as well as a Gravekeeper and a Skeleton and a statue, so some cool, creepy stuff. And I like the grave. I like how the plinth of the statue seems to have a spinnable feature. I like the gate. I like all the sort of evil gothic fencing around. I like the tiny mausoleum with water spilt on the floor, but my favorite thing is that big evil tree that is very Harry Potter-ish. And also, at the same time, Lord of the Ring-ish. It reminds me a lot of the Ents from Lord of the Rings, while also kind of with the arms having that Whomping Willow aesthetic. It's really cool is what I'm saying. Number 14 is the Spider-Man Far From Home minifigure set, which some are calling the Museum Break-In set, but I'm just going to call it the Far From Home minifigure set. And this set's pretty cool. You get a new face print for Spidey with his mask pulled half up where he's eating some delicious pizza at pizza time, and we get a new face print for Ned, which is perfect. No other new prints for Ned, but that's fine. Agent Maria Hill, though, probably should have at least had a new face print. It is lame to get a figure in this pack that is literally nothing new. But I do like some of the builds. Like, I really like the armor stand. The jewel case is fine. And I actually like the drone for once. I mean, yeah, that's a cool drone. This is a pretty great set. I mean, would it have been better if we could have had, like, I know a lot of people wanted the black suit Spider-Man from the movie, or, well, you know, the red and black suit, I mean. And while I understand that, I don't really mind, but this set would have been cooler had that been included, but even without it, it's a really cool set, and for $15, I definitely won't be passing it up. Number 13 is another minifigure set, this one being a Ninjago set, featuring, Clutch freakin' Powers making his first minifigure debut. That was redundant. Anyway, but yeah, that figure's fantastic. He gets a new torso print. Bit unfortunate that he doesn't have the Lego logo printed on his left shoulder like he did in the movie, but at least I like that the torso is new, unlike the movie, because it makes it more unique. The face print, it seems as though this Ninjago one is taking place probably like 9 years after the movie. That makes a lot of sense. So he has an eye patch, which is thankfully fake, and I much prefer the alternate face shown in the top right where it's flipped up. And he has a lot of great clutch charm. He also has some facial hair, which is fine. I definitely hope that, since apparently we're getting a new Clutch Powers movie next year, I hope that for that he'll be clean-shaven again, since I want a classic-looking Clutch figure at some point. But this is fine. The other figures aren't exclusive to my knowledge, but they're still pretty good. You get a Kai figure, an Ice Samurai, which is different from the one in Lloyd's Journey, thankfully. Oh, and a Pyro Serpent, I think, or whatever they're called, which I think are cool figures, and I'm glad I don't have to get one of the awful sets they come in to get them, because they're just cool figures. Oh, and then the build is entirely superfluous, but you get some cool accessories, I guess. Number 12 is the Paranormal Intercept Bus 3000, and as someone who, for some reason, has always wanted a LEGO school bus, this set's pretty cool. I especially like the ghost figures and the possessed porta potty for the characters, but I love the bus. I mean, sure, I would have preferred if there was a way to sort of easily remove all of the ghost-catching equipment and turn it into just a normal bus, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, and this is just a really awesome 8-wide bus, basically exactly what I would want, plus some ghost-busting material. But while this bus is really cool, I don't think it's as cool as this bus, because this bus is purple. Yeah. Yeah, it's the new Night Bus, a set that is the only one of the main 8 new Harry Potter sets to not rank in the top 10. So, spoilers for the rest of the list, I guess. There's going to be a lot of Harry Potter on it. But this set's still really cool. I like the sort of sloping and slanting we have for the top windows and the curvature up there. I like the new window piece. I adore the minifigures, and even the stickers don't seem to be too offensive, and they look really good. I don't like how at the front of the second level you have that one just 3 tall clear panel piece that's taller than the rest of the windows. I don't understand why they didn't just use the window frame piece in purple that's the 1x2x3. They made that for the 2011 Night Bus. Luckily I have 2 copies of that set so I can swap it out. But yeah, I do have 2 copies of the 2011 Night Bus. So this one definitely isn't as exciting for me as are the rest of the sets, none of which I have any versions of. But this set does also have some actual issues, specifically the interior. The first floor is really good, but I don't like how the second floor is cut out so much. Now, I understand that the chandelier had to be there, they want to have it there, it's from the movie, but I wish they could have had more for the back area, and there's just nothing in the front of the bus for the second layer, and that's really kind of my other issue. There's, because of the way that wall panel folds out, there really isn't any good way to access the front of the bus. They fixed this for the bottom by having you be able to fold back the driver's seat. But this means that for the second layer, there really isn't anything at all in the front section of floor, which is really unfortunate. And I think access might have been a bit easier if they'd found a better way to do that hinged wall. I don't know. But anyway, and then the top layer is just for luggage. You can put minifigures in there, but, I mean, you can, but it doesn't work all too well. Like, there aren't any seats, and most of the space is taken up by some pre-placed luggage. So I certainly don't dislike the set, but it's my least favorite of the 8. And I already have a version of it, so my hype isn't that high. Still probably getting it day 1, though, let's be real. Number 10 is EXPECTO PATRONUM, another Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban set, which is really cool. I love the new Sirius figure and the new Stag Patronus. More Dementors are always cool. I like the Harry figure as well. Maybe it would have been nice if he'd had an exclusive face print where he could be yelling out the spell, but oh well. And then the builds are pretty cool looking, some nice spooky trees and a little section of the beach. Yeah, not much else to say. It's a really cool set for $20. It's just that the other 9 sets are cooler. One of those sets being the LEGO Hidden Side Shrimp Shack Attack, which has some really cool minifigures like the chef, waitress, and the guy with the Lego Island pepperoni-inspired shirt. I like the crawfish sign, and in general, just the general aesthetic of this moderately run-down, Florida-esque seafood diner with a bit of a 50s aesthetic as well. And yeah, from the inside, you just have this nice kitchen display with all sorts of stuff for cooking up delicious seafood and the nice tiled floor. You do have to eat on the roof or outside, but that's perfectly fine, and this is a really cool set, and for $50, you really can't go wrong. Number 8 is the Hungarian Horntail TRIWIZARD Challenge, which is a set that a lot of people are hating on, but I really don't get it. Like, the dragon does not look bad, in my opinion. The head shape is perfect. I mean, yeah, I will admit, the head is slightly smaller than it should be, and I mean slightly, but I really think that the shape is like, having this perfect shape is worth them not making a new mold, since that would also jack up the price. And in general, the dragon being kind of small is a good thing, since that means that it'll scale well with the building sets. Like, it'll scale well with the Great Hall and Grand Staircase Tower we got last year in the main Great Hall set. So yeah, I really like the dragon. And then the tent is just a fun, cute build off to the side, which, as you can see, can open up and you have a cute little interior. But I also love the minifigures. They're all 4 exclusive, and I'm really warming up to all of the reuse face prints they all use. I mean, I still wish that Fleur and Crummet had new face prints. Especially funny considering that in a later set, Fleur does get a new face print that's not used here. But, I mean, again, I'm warming up to it. Oh, and the metallic gold egg is really cool. The highest setup on the list from LEGO Hidden Side is Newbury Haunted High School, which is a really cool set with an awesome transforming feature because now you see evil eyes and big claws and a huge gaping mouth. And now you just see good old-fashioned Newbury High School. All that folds away, which is just really good, and it just makes a really nice design for a classic-looking, sort of ornate red brick high school. It's awesome. Well, then from the interior, you get some great minifigures, including 3 ghosts, and you get just so much stuff to play around with. You get a bathroom area, you get a cafeteria, you get a library, you get a computer lab, you get a classroom that actually kind of looks like a lecture hall, which is interesting. Oh, and you get a trophy room and a little biology room with a skeleton. Lots of cool stuff here. Number 6 is the LEGO Harry Potter Advent Calendar for 2019, which is really cool looking. And, I mean, yeah, it's just a really awesome looking set. We currently don't know everything in it, or more accurately, we don't know what it all looks like, but we know that we're getting exclusive figures for Harry, Ron, and Hermione, as well as a figure of Dumbledore from the Great Hall, McGonagall, who will probably be at least somewhat changed up from the Great Hall. A lot of people are hoping that she'll have the new dress piece, but even if she doesn't, she'll probably at least get a hair piece instead of the hat, which will be nice. We're also getting a new figure for Flitwick that'll be based off his year 1 and 2 appearance, and a figure for the statue of the Architect of Hogwarts. So tons of new prints in this advent calendar, which is great. And some fun builds, most of which are actually minifig scale so that you can use them with your Hogwarts sets to have a Christmas display. Which is really awesome in my opinion. Yeah, just a lot of really cool stuff. Number 5 is the BEAUXBATONS Carriage Arrival at Hogwarts, and I'm not gonna lie, the main reason I like the set as the build goes is because it's just really pretty. Like, I love the color scheme, I love the design, I like all the gold, the stickers seem pretty cute and inoffensive for once, and basically, LEGO's been doing Cinderella carriages in the Disney line for 5 years, and they all suck, and this is what I would want one to be like, so thank you, LEGO. And the figures are also awesome. You get a new Yule Ball Hagrid, who looks just perfect. I really do like the new Madame Maxime, even if it is weird that her hair is black instead of dark brown like in the clock tower. But then, oh my god, that new Fleur figure. First off, she gets a new face print that is exclusive, which is kind of funny to me because it was clearly, by the look of the alternate face that you can't see here, where it's like a shocked expression, like she's in awe. It looks like it was clearly designed to fit for Ellie Sattler in the scene from Jurassic Park where she sees the Brachiosaurus for the first time, but it's not used in that set. So this is an exclusive face, which is really interesting, and I think it should have been used in the other two sets, at least in the Clock Tower. I kind of get why the scared alternate expression would make sense for the Dragon set, but they should have at least used this face in the Clock Tower, but nonetheless it's exclusive. She gets a really great torso, a new double-molded hat-hair combo piece, which is phenomenal, and double-molded legs. So, perfect figure, probably one of the best from the new Harry Potter line so far, including ones from the CMF. Oh, and then Gabrielle is also pretty cute, even if her inclusion isn't really accurate, since at the time of Goblet of Fire, she was like 8 and hadn't started at BEAUXBATONS yet. But she's still cute. Oh, and you can see, you also have this really cool feature where the set folds open into a 2-floor interior with a tea room with, count 'em, 4 of the new teacup piece, which is great, and an upper floor, which is a nice study office space. Oh, and this is also the first set since 2015 to come with horses, so rock on. Number 4 is the set I was talking about that some of you might consider to be a spring set since it came out in May. It is the Upside Down Stranger Things set, and I mean, the set was released on May 15th for VIPs. It was released on June 1st for everyone that's not a VIP, so for non-VIPs it is a summer set. And even then, like, it was revealed 2 weeks before summer season began, and there are some people that even consider May to be part of the summer release season, so I'm considering it to be here. And this set's really cool. For the minifigures, you get 11, who's really good, not perfect, but really good. You get Mike, who is also not perfect, but really good. Dustin, who's perfect. Lucas, who's perfect. Will, who's better than what we'd expected perfect to be. Joyce is perfect. Hopper is alright. Oh, and then the Demogorgon is fantastic. You get Hopper's car. You get the Upside Down, you get the house, both the normal version and the Upside Down version, and it can supported by the trees, and you can flip it over, which is great. And the interior is also really great. Like, you get a feature for the Christmas lights to make them light up, and you just have some great details. It's a really great direct-to-consumer set, and for $200, it's pretty worth it in my opinion. Definitely getting this one. Number 3 is the Rise of Voldemort, and yeah, this set is really awesome. Best $20 set I've ever seen, definitely, and yeah. So you get really 6 figures, because you get a new Harry, a new Voldemort that looks so much better than the CMF version, by far the best Voldemort we've ever had. Finally, a new Wormtail, who aside from the hair color being way too orange, is really cool. You get the Goblet of Fire Death Eater, which is not a figure I'd ever expected to get. And then you also get Baby Voldemort up in the top right, not pictured in the main product image, but he is included. And he looks wonderfully terrible. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, he looks wonderful. He looks perfect at being weird and gross. Oh, and then you get that statue, which is actually cast all in dark gray. And we don't get dark gray unprinted torsos too often, which is nice. Oh, and then also the new dress piece in dark gray is just straight up exclusive with no printing to my knowledge. And yeah, this is just a really cool little set. I like the little Deathly Hallows grave off to the side. I like the build for the cup, and I like the play feature where you can have Voldemort rise up from the earth. Not 100% accurate, but it's really cool for a play function. Yeah, cool stuff. Number 2 is Hagrid's Hut Buckbeak Rescue, which is a great set with some great figures. You get the main trio again, including a phenomenal Hermione, who uses easily the best face print reuse I've ever seen. Plus, you get McNair the Executioner and Cornelius Fudge Minister for Magic for the first time. You get a new Buckbeak, you get a cute little build for the pumpkin patch with new pumpkin pieces, and the hut itself is really cool from the exterior. The roof is perfect. You get the shaping, where it's very round. I like all the built-up detailing. There are a couple big stickers on the sides, but that's not too offensive to me. And I like also all the foliage built around. From the back, you have this nice 2-room structure with a little study, and as well as the main sort of sitting room, kitchen, dining room, you know, the big room with the chairs and the table, as well as a bunch of stuff hanging from the rafters, lots of tools. There's a light brick in the fireplace. You get the Norbert Dragon Egg. I mean, there's just a lot of great stuff here. $60 is a bit much, but I think that overall the price is worth it. I'd say it's a pretty cool set. And if you've been paying attention, there is only one spot left on the list and only one Harry Potter set I haven't mentioned yet, and that's right. I hate to be predictable, but number 1 is the Hogwarts Clock Tower. This set is amazing. Probably one of, if not the best minifig scale Harry Potter sets we've had thus far in this new Wizarding World line. First off, the figures, they're all great. You get the new Yule Ball Hermione, who is so good. The hairpiece is great. The torso is perfect. The dress design with the brick and the plate is a bit controversial, but I like it. The new Cedric figure has a really great torso. Ron has a good torso. Harry has a great torso. Dumbledore has a great outfit with the new hat color. Fleur her dress is a bit under-detailed, but it's still good. Madame Maxime is really good. Crumb is really good. I mean, all the figures are great for the Yule Ball. And then the Clock Tower is really great, like the Prisoner of Azkaban version in terms of how it looks. It is missing the pendulum, but I don't mind that much. Just because of how much cleaner it looks, I can forgive that omission. And I like how off to the side we have a bit of wall with another tower. And on the interior, you have some great rooms, including a Yule Ball dance floor where you can have 4 couples dancing independently, even if the set only includes 2 couples. And you have the Prefect's bathroom, which is just well done. You have Dumbledore's office, which has some dumb stickers in the back that show Fox and the Sorting Hat stickered on, which is really bad, but other than that, it's a good room, in my opinion. You have the entrance hall, which is mediocre. You have the Defense Against the Dark Arts office. I know they call it the classroom, but it's clearly the office, which is nice. Oh, and then the hospital wing is really great. I really hope that we get Madame Pomfrey in CMF Series 2, whether that comes out next year or 2021. I mean, yeah, this is a really awesome set. Definitely one I'm picking up on July 1st when it releases. And that's my list. So thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you all